Welcome on in, GripTV Nation, to another episode of GripTV Hangout. Here we go. It is episode 3. Today's program is going to be featuring a lot of topics, a lot of hot topics, and we want to hear from you. So get on those Twitters and tweet us your questions and suggestions at GripTV Live. We want to hear from you. Tonight on the show, we're going to be talking about driver swaps and the big thing that happened in iRacing, 1 billion laps turned as well. We're going to be talking to Jay Plays, our very new member, and also a very special guest is joining us later on, so stay tuned. This is GripTV Hangout, but to get things started, JP, how are you, buddy? Look at his tie. He's got it going on.
Look at this.
JP, a brand new member to GripTV. How are you, buddy?
Hey, thank you. Kiitoksia. Thank you all. It's very good thing. It's a very great thing to be part of the GripTV, and a big thanks for you and for all the viewers for that. So
yeah, we've been watching
so well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, look at his tie. I mean, definitely. We're showing a little bit of your stream now. Tell us a little bit about your stream, how you got started, and the sim racing and everything.
Well, it's actually started with in a very early in my iRacing career, and I wanted to do some iRacing videos, and I started to do that with editing videos. So it took like if I did a 1 hour race and I wanted to upload that to YouTube, it took like 2 extra hours to edit that, put it together, and then 2 extra hours to upload it to YouTube. And then I thought that's isn't there any easier way to do that? And then I came up with the streaming, and it's very funny to see the first streams where I just had the cockpit view in there, and I had no webcam and no information about that, and it was a rough start, but I'm glad I did it.
There you go.
Well, now you're part of the premier streaming service of pretty much an iRacing on Twitch, GripTV. So you can pretty much say your dream has come true. Childhood dream has come true. Well, welcome. It's awesome to have you here, and we're looking forward to working with you. I'm sure as everyone else is as well.
Yeah, definitely, and we're, like I said, we're taking a look at some of your stream now. You got a lot of widgets and stuff there. I know Jimmy knows about widgets, but tell us a little what's going on the screen right now. We see some sort of betting, some tire. What is all that stuff that you put on your stream?
Yeah, it started actually by Kutsu. He has been a mastermind behind all the overlacing here. His full name is Mihail. Sorry, I didn't remember the last name just right off the bat. Yeah, just a second.
He's definitely on the forums and everything, though, for sure.
Yeah,
he's in every stream pretty much, always winning the betting table somehow.
He's a very, very cool guy, and well, it started from that when I streamed, and for a few guys who watched me in the early days, it was that when I was like in practice, and people questioned that is this practice, is this race? And when I was in a race, and they asked it that what is my position, and usually when I drive, I don't like to keep up the relative screens because they tend to make me a little bit distracting in races. So that way, could just came up with the idea to make a stream overlays, and I think it's very, very neat.
I'm exactly the same with that relative thing. I'll panic. I'll be like, oh, you go faster, and I'll have a massive wreck and explode, and it'll completely ruin my day.
Oh, that's the trick. I'm always fiddling around with that F1 screen. I'm looking at like, how much time's left? When's this race over? Oh, I'm catching this guy. I gotta keep going here.
Malone, I've heard a rumor recently, Malone, that you've entered the C class, new member.
Issues in the GT3. I waited all the way till Sunday to race VIR GT3, and let me tell you, that was not smart. So, yeah.
Oh well,
exactly.
It'll come back to you.
I'm sure it will. I've regained my A class 3-4 times now, so no problem there.
Easy peasy.
But I just want to say one of the best things I like about JP's stream is the heartbeat monitor. I've seen that sucker go up almost to 170. Some people said they've seen it higher.
I've seen 400.
What are the times in the race where you have the most adrenaline pumping and we see that heartbeat go way up? What are some moments that cause that?
Well, I think I remember the high score was a 168 so far.
Wow. Yep.
So,
Wow.
and the situations when it goes that high is that when I'm battling, and if there's happening something sudden, like the guy in front of me is braking more earlier than I anticipated, and then I'm just trying to, oh my god, I'm trying to just save the car. And I think the situation when I had the high score in heart rate monitor was that it was second last lap with the HPD. I was fighting for third place, and in less comms, we made a contact with the guy I was fighting for, and yeah, that pumped up a little bit my heartbeat.
Yeah, I can imagine so. Wow. Well, let's move right in. Something big happened in iRacing, guys. Something big. Do you know what it is? We finally made it to 1 billion laps, folks. 1 billion laps turned.
That's just Malone's personal tally. Everyone else has their own separate to that. But yeah, 1 billion laps.
All in the Mazda.
Ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
The goodness sake of Mazda, 1 billion laps completed.
That's amazing. There was actually a racing staff member saying that if one lap is average in 1 minute, I think it was something like that. There was 16 billion hours raced in racing.
Wow,
I can't even fathom that.
That's ridiculous. I think most laps come from the oval courses because you get a lot more over there, but it's still a ridiculous achievement to get to. So obviously, I guess we will give a GripTV congratulations to iRacing, as cheesy as that may be.
Maybe it's a bunch of people running around that centipedal track.
It's just one guy. He's responsible for like 500,000 laps.
But maybe it's because of all the influx in people coming into iRacing, because they do have right now a special going on where you get iRacing for free. 3 months for free. The offer expires in October, so you still have time. And we've seen a lot of people sign up recently to iRacing just because, and I think we've all been asking for it. You know, everybody wants a demo with something. You know, so free 3 months. There's really no excuse to get involved. So I think that's a big part of it.
Well, definitely. I mean, the whole point is people are really intimidated about getting started in iRacing, and that pretty much is here it is, try it out. If you enjoy it, then stick with it. You know, invest some money into it, maybe invest some better gear. And if not, obviously there are other sims out there for you. So it's definitely worth trying out, because I know back when I did it, I had to pay for it. I wouldn't have minded getting it for free. So do we have a link for that anywhere? I mean, I'm sure we can find it off screen somewhere, Malone, because I know that your overlay will suffer greatly if you click anywhere.
Don't touch anything. No. We'll be able to get that info to you guys on how to get signed up for iRacing for absolutely free. And you know, there's always the thing about, hey, I only have an Xbox controller, or I don't even have that, I have just a mouse. But my opinion is, even if you just have an Xbox controller, I would say get it anyway, just to see and do a lot of offline practicing just by yourself. You know, don't just jump into a Mazda practice. But
I would say controllers definitely aren't a restricting factor. I mean, I'm sure there's someone in chat right now that's about to explode at me mentioning this, but I actually won a league race with a gamepad once, and much to the dismay of everyone. So it's definitely doable. Definitely, you know,
just to see if it's really something you want to drop the $300-400, or you know, you can get a wheel for pretty cheap nowadays. But you know, get in there for 2, 3, 4 weeks or a full month of your 3-month subscription. See if you like it. You can go on Amazon, get a wheel. It'll be shipped to you in 6 days. Then you can finish out your subscription that way, or you know, add on obviously, and become a full-on member. Once you get the itch, guys, you just start dumping money into this thing.
And I want to say that before iRacing, I was like, I was playing these online role-playing games, and I was looking for something else than just single-player modes in there. And I tried to PvP, and although it was very enjoyable and fine to do the PvP in those, it was just so taxing when you had to had 25 fingers and maybe 11 toes to even have a good to be good in there. And I liked in iRacing, and I have told for some people that in my opinion iRacing is the best online PvP you can make, because I have never felt the same amount of adrenaline rush than I have experienced in iRacing. And
definitely.
Man, that's very addicting.
I think online racing in general is like that for me, but there have been times in iRacing where I've been tense so hard that I can barely move my arms. I gotta win this race, and then, I've got to do it, and it's you're sweating, and not because it's physical, but because you're sitting
just
there,
high tension.
And that sort of thing is a really cool thing to pretty much have on demand. But I guess that brings us on to our next topic about iRacing, I guess, and that is the news of driver swaps.
Driver swaps.
Oh,
yes.
Ooh.
Driver swaps. Something that has been wanted by the iRacing community, but for a long time. I think we have some footage somewhere that Malone might or not be playing in the background. Hopefully.
Yeah.
About that.
Yeah. we can play a little bit of the Inside Sim Racing guys did a little video, so.
Yeah, you can find this video over that YouTube channel as well. So make sure to go and search on YouTube Inside Sim Racing. Go check them out. This is where we've got the video from. It's looking very organised. Now I know you guys say you're kind of you're everyone iRacing based. So outside of iRacing you don't have much experience. But let's look back at other sims that have a driver swap in. The one that sticks to me is the original R Factor, and in that driver swaps were so weird. They were so difficult to do. There's about a 75% chance it would work. It was on edge sort of thing. But this looks really sort of, you have to be registered. But you can do other things if you're registered. You can go race other races while you're waiting for your stint to come up. That's what we heard from Timo earlier. So it seems pretty comprehensive in that fashion. But it just looks a lot more stable, I guess the word is.
Yeah, apparently the Darren Ganji shot us down so we can't have that particular video right now. It's not showing up right now.
I see. Okay.
Driver swaps, if you guys haven't seen the video, go check it out, because pretty much what it is you just spectate the race. You can be the guy's spotter, and then once he goes in the pits, you just join. And that's just pretty much it. It seems like it's pretty seamless, but we'll see. Apparently, obviously they got some people testing it and everything, and they're internally testing it right now. And, you can go in, and if you want to pay, I think I saw on the screen it was like $9 or something for a 25-hour race. But, I mean, you figure if you get 12, 14, 16, 25, 30 people, they can each chip in, 50 cents or something to get the race going. It's such a big event like that. And, yeah.
I was going to say, it's definitely not unheard of that people do that. I mean, again, outside of iRacing, that was a common thing. You'd have to all put money together for a server that could hold a amount of people and then go racing. But I can imagine. I mean, they say there's going to be an official event, an official series that runs driver swaps. So even those people who don't have the money to host that kind of stuff can be involved anyway. So going to be really, really cool, I think.
And go ahead.
I was just saying that I think it's going to be interesting, exciting of the iRacing official series, official endurance series, and I think I'm at least trying to take part of that.
Oh, definitely. Are you gonna let me be on your team, JP?
What about us?
Yeah, sure. You just have to drive first.
Drive first, so then that'll be it, and I'll put it in the pits. I'll be in the pits with 20 minutes of damage and hand it over to you.
Yeah.
I can imagine the team like me, Malone, and JP, and me and Malone just being a total liability. How much time have we lost?
I want to see JP's heart rate monitor on when I'm in the car, and just have him watching. We're gonna break the record right there.
200 beats a minute.
Yeah, but yesterday we saw an 8-hour race VEC running, and they do driver swaps, and that was pretty intense.
We did, yeah. That's in R Factor 2, and driver swap in there again. It's not as what I would say stable. It's a lot more refined than the R Factor 1 version. It actually kind of works most of the time. But we saw, as an example, what we can maybe expect in iRacing, an 8-hour race. Some teams fielding. There was one Aston Martin that fielded 4 drivers, and they were about 2 hours in the car. All did their bit. Some were faster, some were slower, and it made for some really interesting competitions, especially for for the eventual win, because for the R4R team who won the prototype class, they had a driver called Brendan Kazmarek who basically just got in the car and just went. And that was the end. They won. Like, he was the fastest guy. He got in last, did the job, and that was it. So, you know, it's going to have a whole new layer of awesomeness to races. So, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm enjoying this driving myself, so I'll be all over that when that comes out.
Yeah, definitely. And on the GripTV Live YouTube account, you can head on over and see the full 8 hours of the race that we did yesterday, and just get a feel of what it's like for driver swaps, because a lot of sims already have it. You know, and it's new to iRacing, but it's not new to sim racing. So, you know, you can maybe get with some of the guys that are involved in R Factor 2 and maybe ask them some of their strategies and see how it is for them, and, you know, try to work off of that. So you're not starting from ground zero.
So I'm just reading the chat here, and we're currently being discussed as the Top Gear members, who's who at the moment. Apparently, Malone, you're gonna be Richard Hammond because you have white teeth. And I'm going to be Captain Slow. so that means JP is Clarkson, it seems. Interesting enough. Thank you for that, guys, for those compliments.
Yeah, definitely.
I love being compared to like a 40-year-old man, or 50-year-old man.
I feel like a 70-year-old man.
I wanted to say about the VAC broadcast you had yesterday, and I actually... it made me think about getting the R Factor 2, because, well, in general, I think it would be a very good experience for me to try other sims too. I have tried AC, but that's a little bit...
Yeah, that kind of was a little disappointing.
It's fizzled out a bit, a set of course, but I know what you're saying. It's very valuable to have that sim experience.
Yeah, but when I saw those LMP cars in there, it just made me to wish that I could drive them, and I think it's not we are not going to get that in iRacing quite soon. So I thought that maybe at some point I will just buy the R Factor 2 and just try it out.
That's a good idea. I mean, I don't want to get into discussion too much because it happens in every chat I'm in all the time, blah, 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 blah. The reason you get that kind of content in R Factor 2 over iRacing is because iRacing go and they scan the vehicle, they have a team go and check it out. A lot of the mods you see in R Factor and R Factor 2 are by just enthusiasts who have a computer and have photographs, I don't know, just from Google or whatever, and they try and make the car from that, and they have to kind of guess the physics sort of thing. So, you know, some mods are used with based on real life data, so they do get some from the team, but I mean the best mod currently in R Factor 2 is actually a payware mod called URD, and we talked about that before, and that's what we're hosting in VEC next year. But that's we're getting a bit off topic now, I think. So, but definitely try it out and definitely stream it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I want to see it. I want to see that heart rate monitor when you get down. When you get down to turn 1, you realise you can't stop. Off it goes. But yeah, Malone.
Yeah, driver swaps. I mean, I'm super excited. I'm sure GripTV will do something special for it, just to try to test it out. I'm sure what we'll probably do. A lot of people, I'm sure, will host some shorter races, like an hour race or something, and just swap. Just to practice the actual swapping part, to get in there, figure out how it is. I know there's a wait time on changing drivers and stuff, but people getting their teams right, just making sure you know how to do it. So because you don't want that to be part of the issue, is that you go in for a driver swap after a 4-hour stint and then you screw something up. You want to be able to know how to get through the menus, and it seems pretty seamless, but it's still going to be a small learning curve there for people to know actually how to do it. So, I'm sure there'll be a lot of people hosting that kind of stuff, and you'll have your teams together. I'm sure people have like team paints, and it's just branches off into a whole new thing that I'm pretty excited about.
I'm actually waiting for the team functionality in iRacing, because it will make more easier for people to drive with your friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's true.
Definitely. I mean, we're kind of stuck with the splitting system at the moment. That if your friends, if Matt and I want to drive with J players, we actually have to go out and drive well for a bit. we can't just jump in a race with J players.
No, the only way you can play with them is just jump into a production car challenge at like 1 a.m. Be like, there's only
Three
one
people in
split, you know. And he's the number one car, and you're sitting dead last.
With the painting and stuff for the endurance stuff, there is nothing more awesome than seeing like your team's car come together, see it roll out the pits for the first time, see all your friends in it, and you know, it's like with our. I know it's like a small example, but when we very first got our GripTV liveries, that pretty much everyone uses now, which is awesome, by the way.
Yeah, it is great.
That it's you're like, oh wow, this is great. You know, GripTV have a livery, and it's just like that when you're racing as well. And you know, you feel a lot more invested in the team, I feel.
Yeah, definitely. And we are taking your guys' questions and stuff, and you can tweet GripTV Live on out and hang out. But we do have a question coming in from Smithy. It says, Malone, Jimmy, and Yuha, how would you guys feel about being penalized for a lockup? I mean, you can lock up in iRacing and get away with it. I'd like to see you lock up and carry a flat spot for half a lap and see how you feel through the wheel with the vibrations. Would you just add a dynamic to it'd be adding an extra dynamic? What do you guys think about flat spotting?
Well, I can say that I don't know if everybody else or everyone has seen it, but there is actually leaked footage of from iRacing that there are flat spots are coming, and I hope they are coming next build, because the next build is going to be very big, because they have like backed down every other project because of the driver swaps, and I think there might be some DX11 treats for us in the next build. Well, maybe I'm just a little bit too optimistic about it, but that's my hope.
More stuff my computer can't handle then.
Actually, I think it would help.
Oh, okay, that's good.
At the moment, because iRacing is very CPU taxing or demanding.
Right.
So I think DX11 might help with that. But about the flat spotting, I think there is some kind of a dynamic for that. At least if you lock up your front tires, you have to take the next corner more slowly, because at least the tires will overheat. So
that's true.
It's more the heat, isn't it? Not the tires.
Yeah, that's true. I know. I always notice when I'm always spinning out is that the next couple turns is that you do have to be a little bit more careful, or you spin it again. So
I'm going to be very smug here as well. I mentioned R Factor 2 and the fact that our flat spots are in R Factor 2. And there was a point when I was driving a Formula 1 car, first turn at Silverstone, I forgot that I had to brake about 10 meters behind me. I smashed on the brakes and had a massive flat spot on my front left tire, and all around the track my wheel was, you know, it was really starting to vibrate, and I felt that in the wheel, and that's amazing. It was like those sort of things remind me of how far sim racing has come. So
it's just like the backfires iRacing added last build. It's it's so small thing, but it adds so much immersion for the simulation.
I need to turn that down a bit though, because I'm sick of being behind McLarens and getting my front end baked, my front end cooked. It's not really how I like to race. But.
Oh man,
I just love the impression Matt did when he was in the grid, GT3 grid, and he saw first time the McLaren backfires. He's like, "Oh my god!"
That's because I don't read the release notes.
Yeah.
But anyway, before we bring in our special guest, our mystery guest. We want to direct your webpage to the GripTV Live Facebook, and give that Facebook account a like there. That's where it's all at, folks. We've been posting a lot of that stuff.
You should probably go get a link for that, shouldn't I, and share it somewhere.
Yeah,
luckily we're prepared here at GripTV, so you know I've literally got it right now, and I'm posting it right now when I can find the chat right now.
Perfect.
Oh, it's already there. Oh, Timo.
Oh, there's Timo.
Timo's in the background lurking.
And not only the Facebook account, but also we're doing a video contest, guys. Your chance to win $100 in cold, hard cash. Oh, man.
I mean, that you can change that into ones and bathe in that if you want to.
Well, I was just going to say, we're going to send it to them in all $1 bills so they can just fly around there, throw it on your bill. But you got until October 1st, so there's plenty of time, guys. Don't worry. October 1st, so you have, you know, roughly a full month here, 3 weeks or so. We want to hear. We know there's a bunch of talented guys. I've seen Andrew Brown make some great videos. We know you guys are talented. You're using a computer right now. watching the stream.
So you must be able to make
using
a movie.
the keyboard, so you must know how to make cool videos, I would imagine. So if you need some help, let us know, whether in chat or on some of our streams during the day. You can ask us certain questions, but we do have a Dropbox all set up for some raw replay footage. But what you can do, here's the forum post, is that we got all our links here for our YouTube and Twitch and stuff, and you can actually get a YouTube downloader and download any one of our videos, and then you can use that to cut up and make a video. So we got all the links here. You know, you can throw in a little bit from all of us streamers. You can throw a little bit of the GripTV live stuff, either the broadcast or the Hangouts. But we want to see what you guys can do. I know there's some people been working on them. They've been asking about what to render it out in and all this stuff. They've been bouncing ideas off each other. So, you know, we're trying to do something special here, folks. And GripTV Nation is what it's all about. So you have until October 1st, but that is the GripTV video contest. And we're trying it now just for $100. But you never know how these things can get bigger and better.
It's awesome amount of money to have. You can go and then buy your after that, can't you?
There you go. Yep. So there it is. Do you guys have any thoughts on the video contest? Any you know suggestions for people?
I was going to say that any questions about rendering are actually welcome, as long as we can't help with the video. But if you have issues with rendering, because we all have experience in that, then just
Jimmy
let us know,
especially.
we'll put you through it. Yeah, I mean I'm too much of that for me, unfortunately, in my past. But you know, we'll be able to help you out of that. I mean, all the rules are in the panel, every panel ever, pretty much on GripTV, so for each person. So check those out. But make sure, I mean, you have to really try and capture what GripTV is, and that's difficult because
it is.
You know,
we're such a monster here. We got so many aspects towards us. You know, that's what's great.
We're a diverse monster. So. You know, try and mix them all together into one awesome video, and I can't wait to see them. I'm really looking forward to it.
And what I've heard is that the Judd is going to be one of the voters. So if you don't include any of the Judd, you probably won't win. That's what he told me. No,
the Judd, the actual Judd,
the actual Judd.
Wow. We have been blessed.
Just so you know, there you go. But that is the video contest, guys. So get involved in the community. We want to see anything you got. I mean, a maximum of 5-minute video, but sometimes some of the better videos are a 2-minute video or even less.
Short and sweet.
Short and sweet, exactly. Yeah. Well, I don't know if our special guest is here. I don't know. Should we bring him on in?
Did Timo let him in?
It's a special guest. Oh man, well, we're gonna bring him in right now. It's none other than John Cook. You know him as Air Messi. There he is, folks, fresh off his 24-hour stream. He's been sleeping ever since until right now. We woke him up for the special interview. Welcome, John Cook. How are you, buddy?
I'm good, man. It wasn't until quite now. I did wake up. I went to bed just after the stream finished. Woke up at 1, and the wife told me that she'd got me steak and fried onions and fried mushrooms and chips.
Man.
So I woke up at 1, got that, and then went back to bed. And then I was up at 7 this morning to make sure my son ate all the right food before he went to the rugby match this morning.
There you go.
But
there you go.
Devoted father and sim racer, Air Messi over there. We brought him out of his cryogenic sleep to speak to us today. Looking forward to this. Going to be awesome. Now, Malone and I are also victims of the 24-hour stream. Me more so.
You did a pretend 24 hours. Let's just get over that for a start.
I did the light 24-hour stream.
Yeah. You did the pretend one.
Yeah, and you know, I was done by the end of that. I mean, I didn't actually get to catch the end of your stream because I think I was actually racing somewhere. How were you feeling at the end of that? I mean, what
goes
through your mind in that last half an hour?
The last half an hour actually wasn't too bad. My big breaking points come 12 hours in. 12 hours in, I felt wrecked because just before that, I did one of them stupid 70-minute races in the HBD, and it was like it was so lowly populated that I didn't even have to worry too much about people to overtake. And in the 12 hours in, the Judd came in and sort of woke. Let's just say we woke me up a little bit. Right? You won't see any more than that.
For the best.
Actually, the bit at the end was quite funny. My challenge was after I said I wouldn't do several other things he wanted me to do was to race was to race a race with the highest field of view possible.
Yeah.
With one hand. Everything I was doing, I had to say I was doing the opposite in the style of Shakespeare.
That was by far some of the best moment from the stream. And I even tried. It was a carburetor cup race too, by the way. And I think you made it further than anybody else that ever signed up for a carb cup, because usually those things end before the green flag flies. So the fact that you even went and finished the race, that was amazing.
I actually killed Milky Bee in that as well. He was gutted. He was like, I was trying to follow you, and you were all over the road. I'm like, I'm really sorry. I'm really, really sorry.
Oh,
but
man.
I was like, "Thus art thou, is turning right. My heart flutters for thou judge." God. It was a mess.
I don't know how your brain would process that. I mean, I
He
just
did
got
great.
enough time thinking about driving and trying to talk at the same time. Now, to be doing Shakespeare and then also.
It was a really bad Shakespeare. Let's be honest.
I just said thou a lot, and therefore it was Shakespeare.
Yeah, exactly.
I said thou art thus, and everything else I said after that in the sentence was fine because I said thou art thus.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was horrible.
Oh, man.
And then I was all right then for a while, and then 8 hours in, 8 hours left, I started struggling a bit more, and then Curtis Chipaway came on, and man, that guy is hilarious. He's so funny. It's not even funny. It's ridiculous. I was there. I was driving along. I was doing, my own hosted race just to sort of get over like 2 or 3 hours. And I was driving about, and all of a sudden he jumps in, and the race is going on. And I crashed somebody out. They came on the stream afterwards, and they're like, "Oh man, did you do that on purpose?" I was like, "Really, no, I didn't." Curtis, the stuff he was saying in game, I was laughing so much I had cramp in my ribs. I'm so fatigued by this point that my breathing is slowed to the point that my muscles are not getting enough oxygen. So exertive pressure was just cramping them right up.
Get that heart rate monitor. That's what you need.
Yeah.
Oh, that was stupid. I was on so much caffeine by that point, it was ridiculous.
You need to add like an oxygen tank to your sim rig.
I did.
To be pumping
I did.
stuff
I
out.
That's a hardcore sim rig,
direct
that is.
injection of pure oxygen because my muscles were shot. And I'm only sat there playing the game. It's not like I've done any exercise. It was ridiculous. So I'm there now, and I got cramp on the left-hand side. So to stretch it out, I'm leaning over to the right, trying to steer, looking at the screen. And then the next thing, because like I'm stretching this one out, and that one is like tense, it's cramping up. So I got cramp in both sides. I'm getting out of the chair,
Oh, my.
parking the car, just sort of standing there like this with my arms up. And the wife's like, "What's the matter with you?"
It's in the YMCA in your living
Coming
room.
from my sides.
So
And that pretty much went on for 5 hours until I had 3 hours left, and Curtis finally gave up and left me alone, stopped me laughing and everything.
oh man.
Sure,
So
we're
is
now
there?
banned from the stream? Because
Yeah. So is there anything? Well, first of all, would you do it again ever?
Not a
Now that
chance.
you've been through one, no.
Well, I said no, and I.
And
honest
what
to
would
God,
you do different?
But if I ever did it again, it'd be like you did yours, Malone. It'll be sort of from 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, 9 a.m. in the morning until 9 a.m. the next morning.
Morning.
5 a.m.
right.
at night, so you get the night part of it right smack bang in the middle, and you've got like another half a day to do after that. Is a killer.
yeah,
So if you have the night part right at the end, I think it'd be easier. But no, it's not something I would willingly do again. I may, but.
Yeah. I think that if that happened to me, because I was going to start my stream at 12 o'clock, and I had my internet go out, and I had to delay it. If I would have finished my 24-hour stream if I had, if I didn't have to wait the extra 2 hours, I would have been awake still. So I'm going to say that I would have done my 24-hour stream. Look at this light nonsense, but yeah, it's really awesome to see someone else take on that challenge, because I know physically, like my wrists at the end of it were pretty much, just broken. Like I could feel fragments of them just crumbling as I was trying to shake it out, So really,
I was honest to God, at 3 hours in, 3 hours left, I was in so much pain that even the wife said to me, she said, "You really need to go to bed." And I said, "I'm done. I've had enough." But Showdown Matt came on, and he said, "Look, you gotta hold in. Like just don't splash some water on your face." And I'm thinking to myself, I've been doing this for the last 12 hours, so
Yeah.
I've been splashing water on my face for that long. So I thought, screw it, I'll take like 5 minutes. I'll go and have a cold shower, and I'll come back down. And that's what got me through. Basically, was Matt. Well, Matt and everybody else, but him sort of, saying,
What when I was watching, and I had you on for most of the night. As much as I fell asleep but I knew you couldn't. But I had to give you some encouragement, and I knew like I felt for you because I knew that part of where that you get that feeling where it's just like you're like you said your body was tired but your eyes were going, and you have that feeling where your body's just like shutting down but your mind's still up, and it's just like you feel like not like sick but you just feel very uncomfortable in your own skin.
Empty.
Yeah.
I had motion sickness and everything. I was trying to I was trying to race, and I was trying to race in the one I hosted, and I was getting motion sickness in the Corvette. So I tried watching other people in Chopper, and I was getting motion sickness as well. So I tried it in Blimp, and it was alright in Blimp because it the mountain hid half the stuff. So I was alright.
But that's why I would wear sunglasses.
Really
yeah, I had to wear sunglasses because I started to get that feeling. And then you have the 3 screens that are surrounding you, so you're like totally plugged into the Matrix. You're just taking it full on, with no protection there. So, but I give you a little bit of encouragement, saying that feeling does pass once you get like a couple second wins in you, and then by the end of it, probably you felt a little bit different. I'm like when I got done with mine, I was like, it was the sun was shining. I know yours was a little different timing, but when I was done, the sun was shining. I did, let the dog out and stuff. I'm like, well, heck, I guess I should go to bed, but I felt okay. It was the weirdest feeling, but good thing you stuck it out, man. Because I know when you're in it and because you had the actual clock up on the screen. And you start watching that clock, and there's some points where it just doesn't move at all. I mean, did it seem like that clock wasn't even counting down at all? Because I had moments like that too, where you just thought it never.
You're just looking at it, and it's like, wow, there's still 3 hours to go.
Okay. Oh no! The worst part for me
it was on 3 hours for about 12 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't realize how long 24 hours is until you try. I mean, I've done it 3 times pretty much this. Tried to stay up 24 hours, and I failed each time. I tried, we had the VEC race I had to sleep for. We had the actual hangout for the real Le Mans, which I fell asleep on the sofa on stream for about 4 hours. It was just me being streamed, being asleep for 4 hours. And then, obviously, the most recent one, my 24-hour stream was awful as well. But yeah, chat is demanding now the J Plays inaugural 24-hour stream, it seems. So.
What do you think, JP?
Yeah.
I've got a big sorry JP, I got a big a massive thank you to all the people that were there and watched it and kept me going throughout all of it. But like the most special thanks I could give, no matter how much people were with me on chat and joined the races and all this sort of stuff, was Steve Bray. His name is kind of spelt differently in the chat. I can't remember.
Steo,
something like that, yeah. But Steve Bray, that guy was there with me on TeamSpeak from the very first minute to the very last.
No.
What an
Was he really?
Nutter. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, right through the whole thing.
So that's like a double crazy. 24 hours.
Yeah, and no recognition, nothing. He didn't do it for any other reason apart from keeping me company.
Just to hang out, encouragement. There you go. That's what it takes.
And he'd been on my stream before, not as much as other people have, but it was just a case of he wanted, just to sort of try and pull me through it all. It was awesome. It really was.
That's what goes to show the community, what they're all about.
Yeah, exactly. Every now and then you come across a diamond on the internet, and he was mine at that point.
There you go. Yeah, it was something else. The time that I was able to watch, I had fun watching because it's just like an experience, for the streamer and the viewers. And
exactly.
There's special events, man, and but they're saying that maybe JP wants to do one. They're saying that Tone the Moan should do one. Well, Tone the Moan does them on accident all the time. He forgets to go to sleep. But what do you think, JP? How would you do it if you were to do it? How would you do it? And do you think you would?
Yeah, well, before John's stream, I was a little bit skeptical of myself lasting the 24 hours, but that gave me the encouragement to try it. But there is this thing that when I race, I'm like 3 races and I'm done, because when I race, I give it my all.
Yeah, and you win.
Yeah. We don't.
Oh, well,
there you go.
Not always. But I think if I want
Judge
to
and stream.
If I want to do the 24 hours, I think I just need to step back a little bit and do it not like that serious. as always. And then I also got these good advices from you guys that if I'm doing that, I should start early in the morning, like first thing when I wake up.
Yeah, definitely.
So it would be easier. But
I lost 600 I rating, and my I rating was like what 2,400. I've lost like 600 I rating in 24 hours. I'm like lower than Malone now. And
I don't think Malone's got 600 left. That'd be Malone.
It's not possible.
But yeah, I think that when I reach 1,000 followers on Twitch, and not accounting all these funny accounts like different variations from Man Cave or John. But yeah, I think that on the next milestone, I will do that. So
That'd be awesome.
Well, I had a couple of visions.
That's the promise.
Me on my 24-hour stream.
The question,
yeah,
the question is, if JP did do a 24-hour stream, over or under on how many wins? I'm putting it at like 20, and I'm taking the over.
We
This guy,
have to go
he's
with
a machine.
the proper extreme 24-hour bet bot here. We have to at the start, place your bet, how many races he does, will he make the 24 hours? We can make money off this. We can be dirty Twitch millionaires.
Well, the best part about my stream is like Judd came in at 12 hours in, and I just come off the back of that HBD race, which had like it had 11 people in there to start, and he's like, "Man, you come second. That's like the best I've ever seen you do." And blah, blah, blah. He said, "I think that fatigue is good for you. You should carry on and get really fatigued before you race." What happened at hour 20? Won a Carburetor Cup race. Hour 24, won a Carburetor Cup race. So
there you go.
It's the worst part about it. Judge actually talked sense.
Oh my gosh!
You say that, and when you were doing your stream, I joined one of your races in a Cadillac, and I was driving a Cadillac, and at that point, I had drunk far beyond the legal limit of what it is to drive. I was smashed out my head, and I came third in a car I'd never driven at that track. I came third in class. So you never know.
Yeah,
GripTV encourages sim drink driving, apparently.
Sim, exhaustion, and drink driving.
And by the way, there's actually information in the chat that Man Gay Motorsports just said. Some of you may know him by Graham Sinclair. And he just said that when he finishes his Man Cave, that he might do 24-hour stream too.
It's always tough to commit to it.
Yeah, I might waste a day of my life on sim racing.
Well, in my stream, he's going to do a 48-hour, and then it increased to a 72 hours.
Yeah,
so
there you go.
Well, we have confirmed a 72-hour Judd stream coming up, so that's
anybody who can do a 24-hour gets like literally the hats off to him. In my opinion, it's hard. It's really, really hard.
It is, but and during the 24-hour stream, you always need something to kind of waste the time as far as
master races for you.
I had my Cone Olympics where I just did Cone Olympics for a while. You got to spend some time, and now we're looking at what John decided to do at Bathurst with the rear-wheel drive Porsche. Tell us about that jump that you found.
That was epic.
Some of the best.
Somebody had a hosted session up. And I just happened to do it, and they had like really quick cars, but they had the rear-wheel drive. The rear-wheel drive rough.
Right.
So on that was excellent. So I thought, I'm going to go in that because I haven't actually raced it before. And then I did one lap, and then I thought, oh, screw this. I'm going to go and do the Flying Scotsman. And wow, you literally take off from that ramp. If you hit it right, you just land underneath the arch bridge. It's unbelievable. It literally is quite ridiculous.
I think it's 100. I'm watching it now live. You get up to about 193 or so miles an hour before you hit that jump with the rear-wheel drive Porsche. That thing is a beast. I really wish they had that in the official series. 198 miles an hour.
It handles really, really well. It's actually a really good car. It's just the brakes are crap. You just got to treat it like a V8, and it's awesome.
It's a road car after all.
Yeah, it's so good though.
But
it handles better than the C-Spec.
We all have our mental moments, it seems, on stream. So again, you deciding to do jumps in that. I mean, Malone talking to the cone was the best bit, and then I think my very own face driving on a Euro Truck Simulator. So, it really it does get to you after a while. So take it easy, folks. I mean, if you're going to do it, make sure you're prepared for what it's going to do to your body. It's going to destroy you.
Back to that car, though, right? I know it's a 30-second delay, so it's been a while. But literally, you hit that ramp, and it just seems to bottom out, and it goes like like that, and then the next thing, it just seems to go up in the air, flatten out, and just take off like a plane. And then all of a sudden it just drops. It's absolutely fantastic, and I have to host one with the all-wheel drive and the rear-wheel drive around there just for flying Scotsman practice. Absolutely brilliant fun.
Well, I want to. How many? I don't know how many pit stalls Bathurst takes up, but let's say it's like 40 or something. We get 40 people in there, and then we can line up a bunch of cars and then see how many cars we can jump.
Oh yeah.
Okay, 40 cars, all in GripTV livery, and that is your video. There you go.
That's your video. There you go, guys. You can win $100 just with that.
Let's make a new Guinness World Record from that.
There you go.
I'm sure we could give that to iRacing. They'd love to see that, wouldn't they?
Just don't do it in an official race now, guys.
Yeah.
Remember,
Make sure
it was
you
official,
hosted
no
it
jump.
and you paid the money to do it. 'Cause we don't
Steve
wanna...
Ray was in this with me, and he had a bit of a nerd rage about it and made lots of new words in chat because they wouldn't clear his black flag for doing it.
Oh.
The guy was really, really pissed off about it. He wasn't happy at all. Oh, sorry, pissed. Yeah, but sorry for naughty words, but yeah, he was livid. This guy just was fuming. He wouldn't clear the black flag.
Oh,
but I was still carrying on for about another 10 minutes after he had gone. I did about another 4 or 5 jumps.
Yeah, boy.
Just make sure it is your home session, guys. We don't want to encourage you to go in.
Don't do that during a race or anything.
Don't
That'd be
control
bad.
other people's.
But
It was just all practice. As soon as we did it.
Yeah.
And
That
if you
was
asked me
pretty
to stop,
epic.
I would have quite happily, But it was brilliant.
That was awesome. Yeah,
There you go.
and another good thing
Get
about
the
it
picture
is you get to actually practice with the outlap to get to the jump. You get to practice up and down the mountain anyway, so it is good practice. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
I mean,
whatever.
by the time you come to the last corner in the actual race, you're going to be, how do I do this?
Yeah, that'll be the only part you're not too good at.
A rear-wheel drive is awesome, though. It's such a nice car.
I think
Brakes are shocking. The brakes are just so appalling. They make a Corvette look good, but oh god damn, the thing shifts
I think we
and it
definitely should
turns
do
so well.
And have like some sort of like long jump Olympic style event going on. We've got the judges. No, sorry, false jump. I'm not having that one. That'd be brilliant. Have a long jump Olympics, GripTV style.
We get JP in there in the HPD or something. I bet that thing takes off.
Oh no, JP's not allowed to enter anything fun. The guy's too good.
Well, yeah, like, JP, if you just have the downforce and then have it lift instead, you'll get there and you'll just fly and you'll keep going. You'll just continue off into the distance. It'll be beautiful.
It could
You're
very
like,
well be.
you're like the ending of Greece. You just won't come back.
Just land on an aircraft carrier somewhere in the Pacific.
There you go.
Brilliant fun.
Oh man, well, John, it was definitely an experience watching that. I know it's just been fun in general to watch your stream. It's you're a good guy, good racer too, and you have a lot of fun on the stream. So if you guys haven't already, head over to twitch.tv/airmessy, and you can hang out with John over there. He races a little bit of everything. I mean, you race HPD. You're in the GT3 with the Beamer. Tell us what your favorites are and what you do.
Well, primarily it's the Beamer. Well, not the Beamer, but GT3.
Right.
When I first joined it, the Rough came out, and like halfway through the season, I got my B license, and I ended up joining with a load of friends. One of them has been talking in chat, Mac Wireworld. He's the main guy who started me on sim racing. The story was, I know it's carrying you on a bit, but tough.
Go ahead.
The story was, he was like literally over 10 years ago, I'll say now I was about 21, so it was like 12 years ago, a friend of mine started me playing this game called World War II Online. And it was like kind of like a simulation of World War II. And, I got into the whole plane driving and tank driving and all that sort of stuff. And we got into a squad, it was called the Lawn Darts, which was part of the 5th Brigade. It's really quite structured, this game. And we decided around about before April time the one year that we'd all meet up at one point, in the first year. We'd all meet up and sort of, chat to each other. And this is going back like 10 years. The internet was still on 56K in the UK, dial-ups and everything. So one of the guys in the squad, which was like Mac Wireworld that's been talking there, he said that I got a land centre down in Radstock in Bath. You can come down here, we can play all night, and I got a licence, you can drink beer, and we can spend the night. So we all did that, and one of the guys who was a military man brought like 19 camp beds down, we went there.
Nice.
So all of a sudden, that was just one night, and then like for every year after that, it was a pilgrimage. So we went down there for over 10 years, where we went down on the Friday, stayed until the Sunday. There was a hotel opposite we used to stay in, drinking and smoking and playing computer games till 4 a.m. And then, like over the last few years, he was like, "Oh yeah, I knew he was a race driver anyway. He loved that sort of stuff because he had like Racer 7 and the back room had all wheels and stuff. And he was like, yeah, man, you should get it. We're all playing F1 at the moment, and it was the first F1 that came out, you know. So I was like, yeah, right. So I ended up getting, I had the Driving Force GT with Gran Turismo 5, and I got that, and we ended up racing with him, and there was about 8 of us, and we'd all have a championship, and we did have that for, like, what, 3 years? And then the last incarnation of the game was so boring, none of us enjoyed it.
It's true, unfortunately. I agree with you there.
And he had played iRacing before. The other guy, Andy, had played iRacing before. And they were like, oh, we're going to go and play this. And like 5 of them dropped away because they were casual racers, you know. They couldn't handle something so simmy. And bearing in mind, Andy and Mac were always the fastest. I used to practice all week on Formula 1 and get quick. Them two would come in on a Friday night, race for 30 minutes, and be as quick as me. It's just devastating.
Yeah.
I used to be gutted, you know. Just them guys with their natural talent.
Jay plays. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, mate.
Jay Alien plays.
Not the alien.
The sort of people, you know, if you met him in real life, you'd really want to punch him. It's like, I spent all week doing that. What are you doing? No, but anyway. So, you know, we came here, and of course they only play on the weekend, and I've got all week to play. So, and then that's how this started. And then anyway, I ended up going through the licenses, found GT3, and then I pretty much found my home. As frustrating as it can be, you can spend 2 weeks getting annihilated every single race by, you know, bumped off or doing something silly, just anything that just screws the whole week over. And then all of a sudden, like that, you'll get one race where you have that one guy where you can race 2 or 3 corners around side by side, and you have a real good battle from start to finish, and all the crap has gone before. It's all gone.
Yep.
It's just, you just forget about it all. It just makes the game just, wow, oh my God, why didn't I find this earlier?
That's what it is. The close racing is the best part of it, definitely.
Yeah.
Some of the best races I've had and some of the worst races I have. GT3, man, I tell you.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
it's just
I tend to mess about with bits and pieces, you know, but GT3 has always been my mainstay for like 3 seasons now.
and you're always in the top split battling it out, man. I know you're quick.
Not anymore.
Not for the next guy.
Well, that's the downside of 24-hour streams, I guess.
Yeah.
I'll get there
And
again.
goes to hell.
Although I can get my C license in an afternoon, so it's no worries.
It's just kind of frustrating, really, because I'm not one of them guys that have just got a natural talent for it. You know, I really have to practice hard. But my practice hard is, it's not like Tone. I can't go into a practice session and run laps. I can't do that. I've got to be in a race, and I've got to be following a guy in front, and I've got to, you know, if I do that, I gain seconds. If I go into a practice session, I might get a gain a second in an hour.
I mean, on that, like saying about obviously, you know, not being the fastest guy. Again, you know, none of us here, even J players. I know it's weird to think, but there are faster people than J players.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's very. That's what iRacing's about. It matches you to people who are kind of similar level. I mean, you're never going to be at the point where you're running away with it, or you're just falling behind at the back. You know, you're always in good competition. There's always people around you in similar pace, and that's why I like the iRacing. I guess GT3 as well, being so popular, is a really good platform for racing and for anyone really.
Yeah.
This is what I've told anybody whenever they don't know about the game and they've joined it. You know, it's a little bit to get your head around the way the I rating and the safety rating and all that sort of stuff works. But when you get a popular series like the GT3, as long as you enjoy that, literally you won't find anything better, because it's so popular. You will always be bumped around guys that are literally, you know, it might take like a month or so of you racing to find the level and the iRacing to level out. But once you do, you're fighting against guys that are always around about as quick as you. So as long as you get that, you're getting close races right the way through the week, and that's just perfect. That's all anybody ever wants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. And while you're here, before we let you go, John, we want to talk about Corvettes. We're trying to make these Corvette races go official. JP is just flat out winning these things. There's nowhere else to put it.
We were so close to that 1, 2, 3, 4, but my damn internet, and then
the interwebs.
I had to settle for a GripTV 1, 2, 3. But
I kind of
John's digging it.
Third at that point.
Yeah, John's digging the Corvettes. I think a lot of people bought the Corvettes, and I'm loving the Corvette. So, do you guys think we can make this a thing here for iRacing?
Oh, definitely.
I think you should.
With GT3?
For anybody who's watching, if you like GT3 or anything that's sort of really quite fast-paced and quite hairy, or maybe like the open cars, you know, like the IndyCar and stuff like that, it's quite hectic. It's really on the edge. It's like fast, furious fun all the time. And then all of a sudden, you go from that into a Corvette, and it's like going for a Sunday drive. You've got to drive the car like that. You've got to be just magic about it. The moment you sort of get into that racing mindset where you've got to be a little bit, you just have a nightmare and you're dead.
Yeah,
The
that's
Corvette
very
is a brutal car. There's no other way of putting it. I mean,
Yeah.
this is an old GT1 spec car, so they're faster power wise anyway. Well, they should be faster than the GT3 cars in here. And bear in mind, they used to run in a series with an HBD, which is a P2 car, and at some tracks they keep up with the HBD in a straight line. They're really damn quick cars, and they're pretty good in the corners as well. But as John said, as soon as you start going, I'm just getting the throttle just a little bit earlier on exit, you're going to find out it bites your arm off, your entire arm, as you go flying into the wall at 180 mile an hour. So but it's definitely worth a drive, if not for anything else, for the sound.
It's like going from a race seat into like your favourite comfy armchair, It's like your favourite everything's relaxed, it's more laboured, you've got more time to think, it's just a nice slow motion.
Comfy armchair, but with spikes around you.
Yeah, if you go a little bit stupid, but I couldn't believe it. Like the comparison for Watkins Glen, it was the first time I ever had it was on Watkins Glen, and I was going from GT3 to that, and it was like, I love this. It's like the perfect series to complement something like GT3, which is like really, on the edge and like, It's just, it goes from ridiculous to, just a nice Sunday drive. It's perfect.
And if you buy it just for the sound alone, I think you'll be happy.
Oh yeah!
Wow.
I'm pretty happy in saying, as a sound connoisseur, I like to call myself, that that Corvette is the best sounding car in sim racing.
Yes.
By quite a way.
How did you put it, JP? It's like an ear what?
Eargasm. I actually thought about when I drove Corvette for a long time again, and it made me think about buying a Sim Vibe, just because for
oh yeah. Definitely.
Oh, Sim Vibe. I thought you said Sim Wife. I'm like, what? Where'd you get them from?
You can get those.
Those are.
I've got a ring and everything. What's going on here?
For the new update.
Yeah, I know what you mean though. That rumble, I can imagine just when and just when you come out of the pit,
Yeah, it would be cool.
You shaky.
And just
shake your fillings out. It'd be brilliant.
Pro tip, guys. I watch you guys driving the car. I can say that you are shifting too low with that car, because in those corners you are taking it on second gear. It has the power to take on third gear.
Mm-hmm. It's quite a lot.
All right, thanks for that, JP. You tell us, like, after a whole week of you stuffing it's fine.
Yeah.
Of course.
So,
it's got a lot of talk. This car, so like,
now when you bump us all next week as well, at the end of the week, make sure to give us another tidbit. That'd be really wonderful.
So you're saying like usually one of us would be taking a corner in like second gear, but it should be third gear, like lower the RPMs. You think it'd be better and more stable, and it powers through it.
For example, let's say the Put corner in Watkins Glen, maybe some are taking it on second gear, but with third gear, it just has so much power that it will accelerate more faster.
It's stable as well. I mean,
yeah,
you're not in the revs. So.
The lower revs, it's not going to spin
and of course, you win in there. That you don't have to shift one more time, so you will gain time in there too.
Okay, well there you go, folks.
Pro tips there.
Pro tip.
Alien pro tips.
Now, I expect all of you out there to be 4K iRating by next week. Now, all of you out there need to be 4K iRating. Otherwise, there's no point in this pro tip.
Oh man, it's wild stuff. Well, we are trying to make the Corvette a thing here, so if you guys haven't tried it, just get the Corvette. It's pretty easy. You just give them all your credit card information, your PayPal stuff, and then you can just download the car.
All your money.
Yeah. But
you could do a sort of set in like at least one day and one time zone at very bare minimum where you want it to be sort of force people to make it official.
There you go. That's something we could do. I mean,
or at least one time every night if you're going to do it that much.
Well, it's the thing. It's the great because it's opposite of GT3, so you can run GT3 then Corvette, GT3 Corvette is how.
Yeah,
how
sure.
It happens,
but then when you got 75-minute GT3s, it kind of puts a spanner.
It'd be off weeks, but
yeah.
Yeah, well, we're definitely gonna. I'm definitely gonna be racing more. Well, I have to race Corvettes now. I have no choice. But wowzers. Anyway,
Matt is racing Corvettes.
I got a lot of work to do
the rest of the week.
When you do get your Corvette, guys, make sure to go over to the trading paint site and get that GripTV livery on there as well. So you're
There you go.
representing GripTV Nation.
Trading
And then
paints.
we can show iRacing that GripTV itself is reviving the Corvette series. There you
right.
go.
And,
Also, I want to add. I want to add for the Corvettes discussion is that there was actually some worries on the Corvette forum that the series is getting so low participation that they would like to have it as a fixed series next season, and we just have to go there and save that series. So that won't happen.
Yeah, fix
Because
is bad.
you
Bad
don't want to
fix.
tame you don't want to tame that beast.
Nope.
No.
No.
I mean, the fixed series basically. The fixed series in iRacing just means you're going to have a car that's really safe to steer, really understeery.
Yeah.
There's no characteristics to it because they have to make it safe for everyone. Open series, we get the J-Play setup where you're sliding through all the corners, you're drifting, you know, one arm off the wheel, waving to all the women because you know that's the J-Play setup. That's what we want to have. So make sure you guys protest against that if you can. No,
I did
fix.
see that thread actually, and Matt said that they're trying to get it. Don't worry about it. We're trying to get it more official. So Matt's put his sort of life on the line here. The more people we can get in, the better. But of course, if somebody like Matt who gets like 100 odd people watching, if he's there and he sort of once a night just picks a time and say, "Come on, everybody, you got 30 minutes. Let's go and practice and get in on this race." It'll be brilliant.
Oh, sorry.
My 24-hour stream actually, I warned people for a while for about 30 minutes, and then we ended up putting was it 25 or 20 people on the grid? That was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I crashed out quite quickly, but it was fun.
A couple of things quick just from chat I want to very quickly mention. First of all, we've reached 400 followers now on the channel. So we've gained about almost 20, 15 that kind of number just from this hangout. So thank you guys, it's been awesome. And also a fantastic idea I think it was from Scott Racing regarding your tie, hooking up your tie to your heart rate monitor. So it boosted your.
Yes.
Oh, jeez, wow.
That'd be the best thing. You'd probably burn it out in some of those faster races.
Yeah, really. It'd be like
the
it'd be
YouTube
blinking.
videos you see, of the house has got all them lights and they
Yeah.
play it to music. It'll
There
be
you
cheap
go.
as tight.
Oh well, I have to. I don't know if I can make it now to happen, but I've definitely keep it in mind.
Oh wow! So there you go. That's
That sounds like a cop out to me. That's just like, I might do it in the future. Come on, JP, get your little song and do it now. Live stream.
Easy live stream. So I can't wait for that. Awesome. Definitely do that, JP. Definitely do that.
Well, we're going to be closing it out here soon. We're just glad that you could join us, John. Don't forget, guys, Air Messi on Twitch. Go check him out. Have a lot of fun on his stream. I know he's really good with chat and everything. But we just got a couple more topics here we're going to get to. But thanks a lot, John, for joining us.
Thanks. Thanks for inviting me. It's been
I've
really enjoyed this actually.
And very, kudos to you, man, for the 24-hour stream. You stuck it out. That's awesome. You got that under your belt. So maybe someday we'll see it again. Because I had fun watching.
Make sure, John, you don't ruin Malone's overlay.
Yeah, just hold on to Skype for a little while.
I just moved it all.
Okay. And we're going to get to another...
So hurry up and get me out of here.
Okay. Well, thanks,
I'm
John.
not a celebrity. Get me out of here.
Get the hell out of here. We got things to do. But thanks a lot, buddy, and we'll see you on the podium. No, we won't. We'll see you out there racing, buddy.
Oh, thanks, man. Cheers.
All right, see you.
Cheers.
All right, and there goes John. Whew, man, he's a fun guy to hang out with. Don't forget to check his Twitch channel and his YouTubes and all that stuff. Don't forget to head on over to the GripTV Live Facebook account. We got one more topic here, a special sneak peek at something that our very talented Timo Wessendahl, you know him as Super D Amiro, has been working on. But don't forget to go give the GripTV Live Facebook account a like. We've had quite a few people just during the broadcast right here during the Hangout head on over and check some of the content out there. We're going to do a lot better job to try to post our stuff. There's like one of the central hubs where you can find some of the most recent things for GripTV, for all of our streams and everything. So definitely head on over there. But the big sneak peek, we're going to get the sneak peek. We all know
Sneaky peek.
Here, we'll give a little rundown of what's been going on. We've been working on a website, folks, and you guys have been wanting it, a place where they can go and find out more about GripTV, and we've always had the GripTV.org thing up like on all our streams forever, and people are like, where does this go to? So here it is, folks. It's not out yet, so don't try to go there or anything. You won't be able to see the address bar, but we are working on it. And kaboom, there it is in all its glory. GripTV.org coming soon. If you go to GripTV.org right now, it'll take you to the YouTube page, which is a great place to go to see our past hangouts and everything. But right now, Timo is in the works. He's heavy. We got him in some basement somewhere with like 50 computers around him. You know, he's working hard, very diligent, and he does a great job on a lot of this stuff. So here it is to the masses. You get a sneak peek. What do you guys think?
I mean, I think it's fantastic. I mean, it's very weird to see, obviously for me and as, I guess, co-founder, whatever, seeing it come this far to the point now where we have a very professional-looking website, coming on, with big thanks to Timo, of course. Nothing would happen without Timo. Timo, unfortunately, couldn't be in the Hangout tonight, but it's still awesome nonetheless. And seeing what he's done with it in such a short space of time, he's obviously whipping those interns to crank those servers and get them going nice and fast, which is fantastic. And I just can't wait to see the finished product once it's all done.
And I hit refresh, and as you can see, all our channels are going to be listed there on the right side, and you can see that GripTV Live is online right now, and that's obviously what you're watching. But once we get this going, it's super beta alpha mode 0.1 right now, and but it's got a bunch of potential. JP, what do you some of the kind of stuff you're excited about for the website here?
Well, first of all, I want to say it looks very sexy and streamlined, and personally, I think I like websites that are very simple, but still much information is to be found in there. But the one thing I'm looking forward in there is that there's going to be an area for us to share setups. Well, I think we can do that through the iRacing forums too, but this is going to be one place to share the setups too. So that's a very good place to do.
Exclusive GripTV setups are going to be found here. We're not going to be sharing them with all the other guys on iRacing, then they'll beat us.
Yeah. that'd be us even more bad than they beat us now. we hang on to some shred of dignity, but yeah, I mean, it's we have the Facebook page, we have that now. We're really trying to start to get involved with social media, get a nice place for you guys to come together and chat. I mean, it's always been our goal for GripTV to have a nice, just a hub where everyone just come and talk about their passion and our passion as well. So, now that's all coming together, it's all looking very good and very excited for the future. I mean, it's not going to be long until we have a really solid kind of platform to put that all across. So.
Yeah, and you never know what's going to happen in the future, whether or not whether or not in the long haul Twitch will be the main live stream thing, or if like with the Amazon thing, or you can't put all your eggs in one basket here. So we're going to try to get the website going here, and it's very alpha right now. It's not available for public viewing quite yet, but we are working on it. And it's just another way for us to get some stuff down and be able to show everybody what we're all about. And like you said, like one main hub here, and also it's a great place to go just to see who's live. I think that's one of the coolest things. Like if you just go to when it's live, you go to GripTV.org and just see like, okay, we got JP, Timo's live, and so is Tone the Mo, and be like, boom, and then just type in multi-twitch and you're good to go or whatever. So. It's gonna be pretty cool. And then obviously you see we can have some information about the video contest and all of that, and it's a way for us to not spam out the iRacing forums. Because some people that watch the stream, they don't own iRacing, and you can't even see the forums. So that's a big part of it, So trying to get people involved.
Definitely. I mean, I've seen chat now. People are saying about GripTV needs a league again. Something with a car. I mean, we're discussing something at the moment. It's in the very early stages regarding that, but don't completely dismiss the idea that we're not going to be setting anything up in the future. But something is in in the works. So we'll keep you guys up to date with that as as we get on with it. But,
yeah, we're just making stuff up as we go along here. Really, we're just having fun with it. with the nation, it wouldn't be possible with everybody watching. I mean, this is great. I have a freaking blast. Just if I'm not streaming, I'm hanging out on JP's stream or Jimmy's stream, having a good time. I mean, that's what it's all about. So. Yeah, it's wonderful, and now we got an actual website we can go to soon. Don't go to it now. Well, you can go to it now. We'll just go to the YouTube. But
I actually think, Matt, that when you are streaming, you are causing some of Euro guys some sleep deprivation for us.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I'm responsible.
Yeah,
It's
it's good. I enjoy your streams, guys. So
there you go.
We
Well,
enjoy yours.
obviously, and you can find us all below. All our Twitch streams are below. So J Plays, Showdown, and myself, as well as Super D and Miro. I think Model RDK, Tone the Moan, and Crash Out Steve. If I missed anyone,
Definitely.
I'm very sorry because I'm that's top of my head right now. We've grown so much that it's too much information for
Yeah.
me to take in.
Overload.
Yeah, I can't do it. But definitely give everyone a follow. Show your support, and with your support, hopefully we'll become an actual real sim racing network on
You
Twitch.
never
but
know, guys. It's all up to the viewers, really.
Fingers crossed on that one.
yeah.
So, JP, thank you, buddy, for hanging out here with your first hangout. GripTV's third GripTV Hangout here. And we're going to try to make this a thing. You never know. Could be a bi-weekly thing. Could be a monthly thing. Not too sure. But, JP, I hope you enjoyed yourself for this episode. And, maybe next time we'll have the Judd here. I don't know. It's hard to get everyone together here. But
It's very hard to get hold of Judd. I mean, there is a lot of trying to contact space stations is very difficult. But
and that's just where his head's at.
I expect a flashing jacket next time, JK. Right?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, man. Maybe me and Jimmy got to start dressing up for these things. JP's brought it to a whole new level here.
Yeah.
But,
Finished
Yeah.
class. That's what I like.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Thanks for the invites. And I was a little bit nervous about it at first because, English is not my the strong. Well, it's the second strongest language after my mother language. But I was a little bit unsure about that. But I'm quite used to that. I sometimes do some crazy Finnish pronouncing, so
It's part of the fun.
it's part of the fun.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean,
Exactly.
it's now the phrase, isn't it? I hope you'll be entertaining.
yeah.
When you get a new follower,
That's the
so
best thing. Yeah. So yeah, this has been another episode. Let's close it out here. Thanks, Jimmy. Thanks, JP. Thanks to John. But most of all, thanks to all you out there. That's GripTV Nation. You've made it possible. Wow, another GripTV Hangout episode in the books. More to come. Don't forget to hit that follow button. Head over to the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Follow us on Twitter. Like the Facebook page. Let's spread the word, folks. We're trying to do something special here. This is GripTV.